6 degrees of separation is a theory that any one person in the world is only separated by any other person in the world by a chain of 5 people. I would like to propose a theory that we are only 2 degrees separated from a coworker who has been positively affected by organ or tissue donation. Here are some stories of members of our Staten Island University Hospital family.
So I grew up in a family. I have 8 siblings, and my brother Jimmy was diagnosed as a juvenile diabetic at the age of 4.
Suddenly, when I was a freshman in college, I started noticing that I had some difficulty seeing. Went to another doctor, and he said, no, it's not astigmatism. This is something called keratoconus, which is a degenerative corneal disease.
Unfortunately, Dean was in a car accident. He was 22 years old, and healthy, never even admitted into the hospital before. And it was his wish to always help people. You know, he was on the list to be a fireman. He was just that kind of person. And he was a registered organ donor.
You know, it was like a hard time for not only her, but for the entire family, seeing her be so sick.
So my sister was in her early 20s. She had just gotten married about 6 months before, and she ended up going into kidney failure. It was devastating for her. She was on dialysis 3 times a week.
So at the time of the passing of my dad, my mother, my brother, and I made the decision to donate my dad's corneas. He was always a man of giving and wanting to give to others.
And many people have the experience of a loved one having a chronic condition, illness. That's so challenging. You feel like you want to do something.
As a mom was really, really hard, very difficult. But God gave me 3 wonderful kids.
So we all volunteered to be donors. We all put our names in a hat. And that's how we decided on who was going to donate.
So I had the opportunity in 1997. My brother went into kidney failure. I was a perfect match. And then we underwent the transplant. And it was very successful.
And here we are today. I'm very healthy. I just did a half marathon a couple of weeks ago. And, you know, thanks to organ transplantations, this is why we still have her.
Because my son was on a list to be a fireman. And his skin saved a fireman who had gotten 60% of his body burned in a fire. So it was really a proud moment when Dean's skin saved his life. He's given sight to a 3-year-old girl and a 13-year-old girl.
Everything happened for some reason, right? And he was my savior, and God used him for that, with that purpose.
Once she was able to get the kidney transplant, she completed college. She became an early childhood teacher. So organ donation was a very positive thing.
So that was 26 years ago, and I have been in excellent health, never had any issues. But to be able to save the life of a loved one is an awesome privilege.
The longer I've been in the profession, understanding what it takes for a family to make that gift, there's not enough thanks that really can go around for that. It's humbling. I wish I could shake the hand, give a hug to that mother of that 15-year-old child that was my donor.
And you know what, this year I'm celebrating my 25 years living with kidney transplant. I'm gonna tell you, transplants work.
I think for the family who gives, and for me, it makes me feel good that I know that my dad's legacy lives on and someone else could see their grandchildren or the sky. I think it's really powerful to hear that, and it makes me feel good that I know my dad did something good at the last moments. But I'll give you that hug so that you can at least hug. You can hug someone who gave.
While I do believe he's spiritually still out there, it's nice to know that he did exactly what he wanted to do. And what he wanted to do as a fireman was save lives. So I feel like he did do that, just in a different way.